Finally, the day we've all been waiting for, Chessington World of Adventures Resort have revealed the opening day for their brand new ride, Jumanji. Well, Mandrill Mayhem in the world of Jumanji. And this is the 15th of May. Now, around 3 p.m. today, Chessington World of Adventures put on their Instagram and all their social media, including the website as well, that this ride will be opening on the 15th along with 2 supporting flat rides. Now I'm going to talk a bit more about these if you haven't seen any other videos, but I'm mainly going to be focusing on the new details. Now if you didn't know, today Chessington World of Adventures were having quite a lot of sort of, well, YouTubers and social media creators, I think is the right word, to their theme park, giving them a full, I think they called it hard hat tour. Unique word, but yeah, they were taking them right around the area. Now with this, it's meant we've seen quite a lot of new information, including inside the station for this new ride, also this sort of whole new thing on the floor. This is something that I'm not the biggest fan of, but you'll be seeing that from some things on the screen now. Yeah, so it's sort of this big sort of circle. Now I'm using Chessington and My London's pictures in this video. I just thought I'd put that out there. But yeah, it's this sort of big round entrance thing, and it's quite odd. I at first thought it was edited on there, but it's not. So this is in the middle of the sort of the map from the 1995 film. I haven't actually seen that. I will go and watch it before the area opens. I have seen Welcome to the Jungle, obviously Jumanji. But yes, it's quite interesting. I mean, it is cool, but I've come round to it a bit more. But yeah, it's this sort of big area. I think it's going to be an awesome photo opportunity. It's something a bit different having it in the floor, as it's just something you don't often see. Along with that, we've also seen inside the station. Now, obviously, that's not finished yet. But yeah, the theming looks awesome. Now, I believe this is themed around the transportation shed in the first film, or that's all I sort of recognise it as. But yeah, it does look awesome, and the speed it's going, just to mention, that is 42 miles per hour, so not massively quick in terms of UK rides, to be fair. You look at the Swarm, that's 60 mile an hour, so over 18 mile an hour faster. Well, inverted coasters, I suppose Nemesis, I believe that's around 50 mile an hour. So while it's not massively quick, I do believe this is going to be quite intense. Now, people say the Swarm, which is a winged roller coaster, B&M Wing, at Thorpe Park, just around 27 miles away from Chessington. Yeah, it's not that intense. Well, that's what people say. I find it quite intense, but obviously, it's up to you whether you find it that intense. But yeah, with wing coasters, they're less of a sort of intense, like pure intense ride, such as like Nemesis, a B&M inverted coaster. Alton Towers. They're more of a sort of a graceful ride, but I feel like that's what Chessington need. It's more of a family thrill coaster. We knew this wasn't going to be pure thrill, but I'm going to talk a little bit about it now. We're going to go to around 45 feet, so not massive, but it is going to be. It's got 2 inversions as well. It's got that beyond vertical spike where you go up like that, and then that, I believe, is a 0G roll. I hope it is, because I do really, they're probably one of my favourite inversions, because obviously you're getting airtime upside down, which is fantastic. Yeah, so that will be Mamba Strike, which is going to be, I think it was a top dance or something SBF Visa call it. I will have a look. But yeah, this is going to be a bit like a Miami ride. Now, if you don't know what Miami is, if you've ever been to a fairground here in the UK, you'll know what Miami is. It basically, it sort of just does an up and down. Most third and final ride will be Ostrich Stampede one. Now, this is just an SBF Visa sort of jumper ride. You'll just go up and down like that, round and around. So I hope it's quite intense. It has got over shoulder restraints, but quite light ones compared to the Miami looking thing. So who knows? It'll barely move probably. It'll awesome. So yeah, that's me talking about the area. Now, to talk about new additions, as I said, we've got the station. It has been testing, which I haven't really mentioned much in today's video. Yeah, that's what I'm going to talk about now, is what it looks like. It's quite a lot slower than I possibly thought it'd be amazing on the speed or anything, but it is going to have 4 launches, kind of, because you're going to launch backwards, up a spike, then launch forwards, launch up this tower and launch down it. So yeah, that is the launches. So yeah, as for the new stuff we found out today, there's this new flooring area, and that's around about it. I think that is everything. Obviously the queue line this ride's going to feature, which everyone will be waiting in on opening day, because I imagine it's going to have 6-7 hour queues possibly. Well, I'm not too sure because I haven't been able to look at what previous UK ride queues have been very easily. I know Wickerman had around 3 hours, but that opened on a weekday. So again, this is opening on a weekday, as I say, Monday the 15th of May. But yeah, so I'm going to basically wrap up this video now by talking about what I can expect to see on the opening day. So I've never ever been to a ride opening day. You may know if you're watching this channel. But yeah, that I'm not sure what we're going to expect really, but this is my speculation. So yeah, as I say, that is all for the new information, but now it's on to my speculation. So with ride opening days, obviously a lot of people want to ride 1 or 2 rides. They're going to this brand new themed area. I can't imagine Chessington just going, yeah, normal opening, we're going to open at 10 AM, the gates are going to open at like 9:45, go and join the queue for your first ride. I don't think that's what they'll do. I reckon that we can possibly be seeing Chessington open the gates for Jumanji at 8 AM, letting people join the queue. I also imagine that we'll be seeing some form of a system to allow you to leave the queue and come back in to get food and go to the toilets and stuff like that. So yeah, I imagine that there will be some sort of system in place, because it depends, it really does depend on how long the queue is, because I imagine they'll do that if it sort of gets beyond around 3 hours. That's when they'll start sort of thinking about food and stuff. But yeah, so with the queuing aspect, it is going to be one of these things. I don't think they're going to go down a Disney road where it's going to be pre-book a time to ticket. I imagine it will be basically similar to a normal day, maybe with a bit earlier opening and this queue system. So it will be one of those things where you just have to turn up and wait. Another thing is fast tracks. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of fast tracks. That's the paid fast track. I'm fine with all other quicker queuing systems, if that's the right word for them. Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan. I don't think that they'll do it for this. This is just going to be a bit of a nightmare. It's going to sell out very quickly, because the standard price for fast track is Chessington don't offer like your fast track like your Thorpe and your Towers, where you just pay like £10 and you can access it near enough immediately. They do reserve and ride, which is something Legoland started after the Q-Bot. That's going back a very long time now. Don't know why I'm pointing over there. Yeah, this is where you can basically wait the same time that's advertised on the queue virtually. Or you can get like higher tiers like Ultimate, where you'll get on the ride straight away. So yeah, I hope they don't do fast track. Possibly they will, but it's a Merlin Park that it could be. We don't know. But yeah, this is all speculation. So that I'm not sure with the fast track they will. They won't. I don't reckon they will, but yeah, I'm just putting that out there. Now, that's it for the queuing. I'm also going to talk a bit about the sort of infrastructure around this area, sort of like toilets and also food areas. So one thing that I hope they do is like a themed restaurant, because Jumanji, there's plenty of opportunities for like a themed thing. I mean, I imagine that it could just be like a takeaway thing, because there isn't really space for a restaurant. But yeah, so I imagine we're going to get like a nice themed takeaway thing, maybe pizza or something, anything like that. As well as that, I don't think there'll be anything else like toilets or a play area, because Chessington have that with the one where you can look over at the construction site, and there just isn't space for that. So this is going to be basically, obviously you've got the middle bit, this will just be where you'll be able to stand around, probably get some good off-ride footage. As well as that, obviously, the 3 rides. I reckon it's going to be quite a basic sort of thing. There's not going to be loads of extensions. I also don't think that it's going to expand in the future on the Jumanji sort of area, because another interesting thing is in the future when this IP is lost, where's it going to go then? Because, well, IPs can't stay around forever. I mean, there is a rise with IPs that have been there for a long time, such as Saw at Thorpe Park, or the Gruffalo that's been there a good couple of years now. But I imagine not all of these are going to be able to stay on forever, as we saw with Tato Park. Now, that was more of a sponsor. Tato Park, if you didn't know, is a theme park in Ireland that basically sponsored, or, well, it's an IP of their sort of main crisp brand, Tato, a bit like Walker's here in Britain. No, because it's not in Northern Ireland, so in the UK. But yeah, so that since has renamed, and they've totally lost the branding and gone to Emerald Park. Now, I personally prefer to get a unique theme, but I don't hate IPs like some other people here in the UK. I think they are fine, but I would have preferred Jumanji to be Chessington's own idea, but it's quite good. Oh, that's my cat trying to get in. But yeah, so I would have preferred it not being an IP. It is an IP. Do I see them having the IP? I've said the word IP now. Getting an IP can't go. Oh God, I need to stop talking about IPs. I don't see it having an IP in 10 years, possibly. Just like I don't see Gruffalo having its IP. Now, I imagine that going to Chessington's own. But I do think Chessington have covered themselves here with this, naming it Mandrill Mayhem and not like Jumanji Escape from Mandrill or something, or Jumanji Release the Curtain or something like that. That's why I think they've covered themselves with all three names: Ostrich Stampede, Mamba Strike and Mandrill Mayhem. Now, these are all things that they aren't like to the Jumanji name. Obviously there's certain things that they will have to change if they ever do remove the IP, but minimal, like the area, well, firstly, like this path, they'll probably flatten all of the plants and stuff, middling it, making it just a big open area, as you can see on screen now, because obviously that's what told us it was going to be a Jumanji themed area in the first place, was this sort of path. But yeah, so I do certainly imagine it'll lose the IP in the near future, really, in the next couple of years. But yeah, that is pretty much going to wrap it up today for my speculation on the world of Jumanji at Chessington World of Adventures. As I say, it's absolutely awesome. We know the day it's going to be opening on the 15th of May. Now, I'll be there. Comment down below if any of you guys will be. But yeah, this is a brand new investment for Chessington, £17 million. Obviously, it's great for me because I only live around 90 minutes away from the resort. So yeah, it's great. Now, if you haven't checked it out already, please check out my Portland's Park video. Now, if it's not on the channel now, it should be very, very soon. Now, along with that, I'm going to be filming a top 10 roller coasters video in the UK. So you can check that out very soon if you want to. But anyway, thank you guys for watching my channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.